Vygotsky's Constructivism theory. Lev Semyonovich Vygotsky is a Russian psychologist that studied about psychology, philosophy, and literature. In 1924, at the Second All-Russian Congress of Psychoneurology in Leningrad, Vygotsky challenged the dominant psychological theories of the time, which focused on conditioned reflexives and behaviorism. The famous one is the Pavlov theory. In his paper, he argued that human behavior cannot be fully explained by these theories alone. Unlike animals, which simply react to their environment, Vygotsky emphasized that humans can actively shape and change their environment to suit their needs. Vygotsky's theory stresses the interaction of interpersonal or social, cultural, historical, and individual factors as the key of human development. First, interpersonal or social. Vygotsky argued that learning is not an isolated process, but happens through social engagement. When learner interacts with a more knowledgeable person, such as their teacher, parents, or peers. For example, a child struggles to form complete sentences in a new language when working alone. However, with guidance from a teacher who asks a leading questions as this: what if we use this word to describe the picture? Or how can we connect these ideas? The child begins to understand sentence structure and vocabulary usage. Later, the child successfully constructs sentences independently, applying the strategies learned through interaction with the teacher. Second, cultural historical. This aspect illuminates the point that learning and development cannot be dissociated from their context. The way that learners interact with their worlds, with the persons, objects, and institutions in it transforms their thinking. For example, a child who learns reading through bedtime stories, it uses books as tools and parents guiding, develops different skills than one learning through oral storytelling. This shows how language development follows different cognitive paths based on cultural tools, books versus spoken stories, and reading versus storytelling. Third, individual. While social and cultural factors provide the framework, the individual does not passively absorb knowledge. Instead, they transform it through private reflection and practice such as private speech, where a child verbalizes steps to solve a problem before thinking silently, and internalization, where socially learned concepts become part of the individual's independent reasoning. For example, a toddler watches their parents sort the laundry and later mimics the task while narrating aloud. Socks go here. Eventually, they sort clothes silently, showing internalized learning. Social interactions are critical. Knowledge is constructed between two or more people. Self-regulation is developed through internalization, developing an internal representation of actions and mental operations that occur in social interaction. Human development occurs through the cultural transmissions of tools such as language and symbols. Language is the most critical tool. Language developed from social speech to private speech to cover inner speech. The zone of proximal development, or ZPD, is the difference between what children can do on their own and what they can do with assistance from others. That's all from me. Thank you so much.